There's no doubt. Come on, sing it out. We're gonna shout it out. We're gonna shout it out. There you go. He is King. He is King. The one true King. Sing it out. There's no doubt. We're gonna shout it out. Okay, that's what you're going to do, okay? And then we're all going to join together in the chorus. Here we go. He is God, the one true God. There's no doubt. You know what? I can't hear you guys. Let me hear you guys. Here, let's see it again. Let's try it again. He is God, the one true God. There's no doubt. We're going to shout it out. He is King, the one true King. There's no doubt. We're going to shout it out. Okay, I want to hear you guys, okay? Here we go. He is God, the one true God. There's no doubt. We're gonna shout it out. He is King, the one true King. There's no doubt. We're gonna shout it out. Come and see what God has done. All the wonders under the sun. Come and see what God can do. He's alive in me and you. All right, sing it out strong. Okay, we got somebody that knows the hand motions. Cool. All right, here we go. He is God, the one true God. There's no doubt. We're gonna shout it out. He is King, the one true King. There's no doubt. We're gonna shout it out. Come and see what God has done. All the wonders under the sun. Come and see what God can do. He's alive, and me and you. Come and see what God has done. Come and see what God has done. All the wonders under the sun. Come and see what God can do. He's alive, and me and you. He is God. He is God. One more time. He is God. Yeah, all right. That was pretty good. All right, now if we could get everybody to come in close, because we have Pastor Kelly coming up, and he's going to show you some magic tricks, some yo-yo tricks, and he wants you guys as close to him as you can get. Well, to a limit. Is that too close right there? Just a little bit, not quite that close. But everybody in the back, if you could come this way. He's concerned about everybody hearing him. We've got a mic there, but he kind of can't hold his mic and do the magic tricks at the same time. It's the problem. I can make it hot for you if you want. Just get nice and
I can. I can talk pretty. Hello, can you guys hear me? We'll try this. Is that better? All right, we'll try this for a little while. How many of you have ever owned a yo-yo? Yeah? Okay, well good. I brought a yo-yo here with me today that I want to help tell a story. And this yo-yo's name is Nick. This yo-yo's name is Nick. Everybody say hi, Nick. And he wants to tell his story. How many of you guys like a good story?
None.
Well, Nick wants to tell you a story, but here's the deal. You're going to have to use your imagination just a little bit. All right? Just a little bit. So here we go. First of all, we got to tell you the story about Nick that took place a long time ago in Nick's life. And it took place in Yo-Yo Land. And Nick lived in a little shoebox on a road called Long Spin Road. And there was a problem with Nick. You ever had a yo-yo and the first thing you did is you gave it a good throw and that's all it did? Anybody ever have that problem? Your yo-yo was always down? Well, that was Nick. He just was always a down yo-yo. He couldn't seem to be happy. For a yo-yo to be down, that means they're just not very happy. They're sad. Have any of you ever been sad before? Well, Nick was sad and he just didn't know why. But here's the deal. He had a neighbor. His neighbor's name was Mr. Butterfly. And his neighbor was always happy, always had a smile on his face. And Nick thought, I wonder why he is so happy all the time. And so Nick got an idea. He decided that he was going to spy on Mr. Butterfly and do whatever Mr. Butterfly does, because certainly that will make him happy. Well, the first thing that Nick saw was Mr. Butterfly out playing with a dog. How many of you have a dog at home? Yeah, he thought, well, that's why he's happy. He's got a dog. So you know what Nick did? He went out and he bought himself a dog. And every day he would take his dog for a walk, just like this. Good doggy. He'd walk his dog to the park. Come on, doggy. He loved his dog. In fact, he taught his dog how to do some tricks. He taught his dog, whoops, not that trick. That dog just bit me. That wasn't a very good trick. He taught his dog, oh, it just bit me again. Hang on.
The walk the dog.
You got a knot in this dog? That dog was being naughty. All right, just was a little humor that I don't think any of you got. All right. He taught his dog other tricks, like how to jump over his arm like this. Whoops. Let's try a different doggy. This one's not doing very good.
I had that one.
We'll try a different doggy. He taught his dog how to jump over his hand like this. Oops, here we go. There he goes. And he taught his dog how to jump through a loop. You ever taught dog tricks? Kind of hard, isn't it? You got to feed him a lot of goodies. Here we go. Going to jump his dog through a loop. Don't fall asleep, doggy. But you know what? The saddest thing happened. One day he was out walking his dog, and his dog saw a cat. And what do dogs do when they see cats?
Chase them.
That's right. He tried to stop, but his dog ran away. And he was so unhappy that his dog ran away. Show me what an unhappy face looks like. Oh. Good throw. Good job. And so he thought, okay, it must not have been the dog that made him happy. What else could it be? Well, the next day, he was spying on Mr. Butterfly, and he saw Mr. Butterfly, and he was out getting ready to ride his shiny motorcycle. How many think that riding a motorcycle could make you happy? How many of you like riding bikes? So Nick thought, well, that's why he's so happy. He's got this motorcycle. So if I have a motorcycle, I'm bound to be happy too. So Nick went out. He went down to the motorbike shop and bought a nice red motorcycle. The only problem was Nick didn't know how to ride a motorcycle, let alone a bicycle. But he thought, no problem, you just get on the motorcycle, give it some gas, and you go, right? That's all it takes. So let's see what happens when Nick tries to ride his motorcycle. You guys ready? Here we go. Whoops. I go the right way. Oh, he wrecked his motorbike. Do you think he was happy about that? Doesn't look like he's very happy, does it? So he thought, okay, it wasn't a motorbike. It's got to be something else. Something else is what makes Mr. Butterfly so happy. So he thought, okay, I'll keep watching. Well, the next day, he saw Mr. Butterfly was leaving his house with some luggage. And he thought, I wonder where he's going. So he got himself some binoculars and he looked very closely at his neighbor, Mr. Butterfly, and noticed that in one of the bags it said, a world tour. And he said, well, that's why he's so happy. He's going on a big vacation all around the world. No wonder he's happy. So Nick thought, I've got to do the same thing. So he took all of his money out of the bank and he went down to the travel agency and he bought himself a world tour vacation. Well, the day finally came and he hopped on the plane. Around he went. And the first place that he landed was Paris. You guys ever heard of Paris? Yeah. Well, in Paris, there's a lot of neat things to see, and one of the things he really wanted to see was the Eiffel Tower. And there it is, right there. The Eiffel Tower.
You are awesome.
And while he was at the Eiffel Tower, he discovered there was a really good restaurant there that serves the best spaghetti in the whole wide world. And so he thought, I have got to have some of that really good spaghetti. But it was a fancy restaurant, so he had to go put on a suit. And one of these things right here, what's this? A little bow tie, that's right. And he went to the Eiffel Tower, up the elevator, and he sat down and ordered the biggest plate of spaghetti. How many of you like spaghetti out there? Ordered the biggest plate of spaghetti they had. Now in Yo-Yo Land, the cool thing about spaghetti is it's all made from just one really big noodle. Now, how many of you, when you eat spaghetti, you put a noodle between your lips and then you slurp it? Anybody do that? Slurping up noodles? Well, that's what Nick decided to do at this fancy restaurant. He was going to slurp up his spaghetti. Here we go. Here's the spaghetti. And he slurped it all up. And it was tasty. Well, that night he went back to his hotel and he slept all night. Woke up the next morning and it was time to go somewhere else, so he hopped on the plane. Around he went, and this time he landed in Germany. Now, while he was in Germany, he discovered that there was a really big circus going on. Now, how many of you like the circus? Yeah, the circus is fun. And so he thought, I'm going to go to the circus. And so he went to the circus and he sat down in the big tent just in time to watch the Man in the Flying Trapeze come out. Woo! And that day, the Man in the Flying Trapeze was going to try some new stunts that he has never tried without a safety net to catch him. The first one was called the flip. The next one was called the flip reversal. Are you ready? You got your popcorn in hand. You're at the circus with me, right? Enjoying the big top. Here we go. And then there was one more big finale stunt called Double or Nothing. It could be double or it could be nothing. You guys are really good listeners. Let's try it. It was double. Yes. And he was so excited to be at the circus. And there were other things that he enjoyed and watched, but pretty soon the circus show was over. He went back to his hotel, slept all night, woke up the next morning, hopped on the plane. Around he went, and this time he landed in a country with this flag. Let's see how well you guys know your flags. Oops. Anybody see that flag?
I didn't get to see Jamaica. Germany. England.
That is the British flag. He was in Great Britain. And while he was in Great Britain, guess what? There just happened to be the World Fair. How many of you like going to the fair? Some of you probably were going to go to Lynn County Fair or the Oregon State Fair. What's your favorite thing to do at the fair? It's the quilt displays, right? It's the animals? The rides? I heard some people say the rides. How many like to go on the rides? All right, we're going to go on some rides with our yo-yo, but here's the deal. You got to sit down and buckle up, so buckle up your seatbelt. Because the first ride we're going to go on is called the Ferris wheel. Oops, hang on, that wasn't the Ferris wheel. We got to go on the Ferris wheel. That was a different ride. We're going to do that ride later.
I thought this was...
Here we go, the Ferris wheel.
Hey, look. I'm going to pull out a flower.
Anyone on a ride called the Brain Twister? You guys still buckled up? You got your brains inside your head?
No.
All right, here we go. No getting sick on this ride, okay? The Brain Twister. Whoa, I think even Nick got dizzy on that ride. Anybody throw up? Okay, that's good, that's good. How many like the really big rides, though? How many like the roller coaster rides? All right, we're going to go on a roller coaster ride, but now it's a roller coaster ride, so you got to be this tall to go on the roller coaster ride. So buckle your seatbelts again. Bring down the little safety bar that holds you into the roller coaster car, and we're going to go on the Mach 5 roller coaster. Are you guys ready? Are you sure you're ready for the Mach 5 roller coaster? All right, here we go.
Really? I'm Speed Racer? The Mach
Whoops.
6.
We just wrecked in the Mach 5 roller coaster. We better try it again. The Mach 5 roller coaster. Before we do the Mach 5 roller coaster, I'm going to change yo-yos back to my first one. Because that one was getting tired. Here we go, Mach 5. You still buckled up? Safety bar is still going? I'll try not to hit any of you in the front row, I promise, okay? Here we go. Whoa! The Mach 5 roller coaster. Oh, but there's even a bigger roller coaster ride left. How many like the really big ones? This one's called the Atomic Bomb. Oh, buckle up. Safety bar. We're going to go on the Atomic Bomb roller coaster ride. Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
That sounds like a big one.
It's going to be a big one. Oops, we just derailed. Let's try it again. One more time. It's a really big ride. Whoa! We almost completed. Should we try it again one more time? Just to make sure we do it right. All right, here we go. One more time. One more go. Oops. That's not going to work. One more time. Ready? That's not going to work either. My fingers are getting too sweaty is the problem. Anybody have any powder on you? I suppose so. I didn't think so. We'll try it one more time. Oh, come back, come back. Well, we almost did it. We'll try that one later. The atomic bomb, it actually blew up. That ride just blew up. Well, after the atomic bomb, he saw some more fun rides, and then it was time to go back to his hotel and sleep. He had a hard time waking up that morning. He's having a really hard time waking up. And he went on the plane one more time. Around he went. Are you guys ready? Here we go. And this time he landed back home. He thought for sure he would find true happiness in all the things that he did, but none of those things seemed to work. So he had an idea. He thought, I am going to go see Mr. Butterfly and ask him what makes him so happy. Would that be a good idea, kids, to just actually ask Mr. Butterfly what makes him so happy? And so he went over to Mr. Butterfly's house, and he said, Mr. Butterfly, tell me a story. What makes you so happy? And Mr. Butterfly said, well, Nick, I noticed you've been copying me and doing all the things that I do, but I got to tell you, Nick, those aren't the things that make me happy. He said, let me tell you about what makes me truly happy. He said, a long, long time ago, and I'm going to try to get this yo-yo to work, and if not, we'll go back to the red one here. Well, let's go to the red one. A long, long time ago, he said, a really long, long time ago, there was a little baby boy who was born. Let's do a little teeny baby. You ready? A little teeny baby who was born, who was so important that a star was made just for this baby. There's the star. You guys see that star? A star was made just for this baby. And this baby didn't stay a baby, but like all of you, he grew up to be a young boy and then a young man. And then he became a great teacher. And you know what he did? He went around and he told people how they can truly find happiness. How many of you would like to find true happiness? How you could find true happiness. He went around teaching people how they could be truly happy. And the true happiness comes not from having a bunch of stuff. True happiness comes from knowing God and having a right relationship with Him. But he said there were some people that didn't like this guy very much. Anybody happen to know what this guy's name might happen to be? The count of three, if you know it, just say it. 1, 2, 3. Jesus was his name. And there were some people that didn't like what he was saying very much. And so they made a plan to arrest Jesus. And not only did they arrest Jesus, they took him and they crucified him on a cross, just a lot like this cross right here. You guys see my cross there? And on that cross, Jesus didn't just fall asleep. He didn't just pass out, but he died on that cross. And Nick said, this story is supposed to make me happy? He said, well, hang on, Nick. This story has a purpose. Jesus died because he wanted to take all the punishment for all the bad things that we've done. And it's those bad things that make us feel unhappy, Nick. And he said, Jesus died so God could forgive you of all of those bad things that make you feel sad. And he said, but the good news is Jesus didn't stay dead. Watch this. He was in the tomb how many days? You guys know the story? Watch this. Here we go. In the tomb. 1, 2, 3 days. On the third day, he rose from the dead. And he said, now he's in heaven with his Father. And he said, Nick, he wants to have a relationship with you. That's how you can find true happiness. And you know what Nick did? He decided to trust Jesus to help him find true happiness. And so he said a prayer. And he asked Jesus to be his Savior and to forgive him all his sins. And you know what? After that prayer, Nick wasn't just a happy yo-yo. He was an excited yo-yo. You know what excited yo-yos do? They blast off. You guys ready to blast Nick off? This is going to be the end of my story. So we'll have Pat ready for a song. You guys ready to blast off, Nick? On the count of 3, we're going to blast him off. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! There he goes. And he blasted off. And like Nick, if you want to find out what true happiness is, it's not in the stuff you have. It's in having a good relationship with Jesus. And here's the good news. If you want to talk more about Jesus, all these people over here in this tent area over here that face paint, they got a lot of stories they could share with you as well, all right? Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and we're going to have one more song before you leave, and we'll have more stuff here on the stage later. I got some magic tricks I have yet to do, but we're going to give you some time to go back to the activities, all right? So thanks for listening up, and here comes one more song.
All right, let's all stand up. Yeah, we're going to do a song that has a verse right out of the Bible. And we're going to be clapping our hands. We're going to be stomping our feet. We're going to jump up and down. And we're going to turn around. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, jump up and down to the beat. 'Cause we've been turned around. Yet to all who received him, to those who believe in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. All right. You guys got it now? You want to sing with me? Here we go. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, jump up and down to the beat. 'Cause we've been turned around. Yet to all who received him, to those who believe in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. Let's sing that again. Yet to all who received him, to those who believe in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. Children of God. John 1:12. All right. Good job, guys. Okay, there we're going to open up the kids' zones again, so you guys go out and have fun. Meanwhile, we're going to have some more music coming up here with the group. And so Dana and Sam, if you want to make your way to the stage and we can talk about what's coming up. Good job, Kelly.